technical problems and I settled down. So I'm back again online. So I'm going to talk about Hugo Boss the Scent Elixir, released in 2024. I don't know if you had the opportunity to sniff that fragrance. Well, as I said before, it's a world of elixirs, and we are invaded by elixirs. So elixirs are everywhere. Since Dior Sauvage Elixir became a huge worldwide blockbuster, all the brands they want now their shares of elixir, and they think they're just naming a fragrance elixir that will pull the trigger and that will become a magic cash machine for them. So, okay, some of them are good, some of them are bad, but I just want to remind you that the first elixir was released by the House of Azzaro, and that was Azzaro Pour Homme elixir in the red ruby bottle. I reviewed that one previously, fantastic fragrance. But at that time, didn't become a huge hit, and nobody really followed the trend. So they've been waiting for Christian Dior Sauvage Elixir, and because of Christian Dior Sauvage Elixir's success, now they are all doing. They have to release their own elixirs on each line of the fragrances they have. So this is a new trend, and we are invaded by elixirs. Hi, everyone. I hope you are doing fine. I don't know who's online. And anyway, I'm going to talk about Boss the Scent Elixir. This fragrance, as I said, was released in 2024. So it's a fresh fragrance, was released maybe 2 months, 3 months ago, not more than this. And what we can say about this fragrance? Absolutely. How are you? I hope you are all doing fine. Boss the Scent Elixir. Okay. This fragrance is a fragrance for men. We don't know who's the perfumer behind. The notes are very simple. Red pepper. Top note, red pepper. Heart note is lavender. Base note is sandalwood. Well, 3 notes only, but this is a joke. Main accords are warm and spicy, lavender, woody, aromatic, powdery, fresh and spicy. So obviously, I tested this fragrance, and I can tell you there is more than this. I detect patchouli, I detect leather, I detect also cardamom, I detect also, of course, pimento, which is the top note accord. And really, I have to say something. It's not a very unpleasant fragrance. I wore it, and it's a kind of fragrance that it's very mainstream, very crowd pleaser, and very up to date. It's a kind of fragrance that is now in the mood of the new releases. Is that a unique fragrance? And somehow has the DNA of the original The Scent. Yeah, has it, but I prefer the original version rather than this one. This one is a little bit sweet, a little bit woody, a little bit spicy, and overall, it's a fragrance that I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to buy, but I'm not telling you it's a very unpleasant fragrance. It's a fragrance that some people might love it. Definitely, it's a fragrance for fall and winter. It's not a fragrance for spring and summer. This line has lots of other fragrances, as you know, and this is the latest. So, also I detect patchouli on this one. So, yeah, it's not a big release. I preferred Boss Bottled Elixir to this one, but this is my choice. It's not only engage myself. Has the vibes of 1 Million by Paco Rabanne and 1 Million Royale by Paco Rabanne. Also, I detect a little bit of Boss Magnetic, the scent. and stronger with you. You know, all those fragrances are following the same rules, the same trend. They just want to please to their public and to the crowd, and that's why they are very similar to each others, and they don't have lots of own personality. They are following the trend of today's. So we last decently on my skin 8 to 10 hours, and stay on my skin. I even got one or two compliments. I can't deny that. I tell you, it's a crowd pleaser, and it's a kind of fragrance that do not wear if you are at your workplace or whilst you fly or stuff like that. It's a kind of fragrance more for dating or for clubbing. Definitely, it's not a fragrance for work. But I have an issue with this one, and the issue is that I don't know, something here gave me a headache after a half an hour. So I tested once after, and again I got a headache. So maybe again it's only me, but some people love it. It's potent, it's lasting, and it's crowd pleaser. It's a fragrance that's a very average, not complicated. Just they know how to be a crowd pleaser. Most of the fragrances of today are made by computers, and they have their own ratios. They have their own algorithm, and they know how to compose a fragrance to please to crowds of today, to be a mainstream crowd pleaser, and that's how they engage the rule. This is not a fragrance to be a very unique fragrance and to be recalled in 10 years or in 20 years. Not at all. This fragrance is a fragrance for the needs of today. This is a fragrance that people will buy it because they are following the trend of elixirs. And if you like the DNA of the original, the scent by Boss, then you might like this one too, because it's on the same mood. It's a flanker of the original, the scent, but somehow I never been a fan of the original either. So it's not a fragrance made for me, but it's a nice fragrance. It's a pleasing fragrance. It's a crowd pleaser, as I always say, and I'm not going to deny. The only Boss the Scent I liked was the Boss the Scent Absolute, and that one was a nice fragrance. Was released in 2019, and the perfumer was Bruno Jovanovic. But I don't know if he composed this one or not. And here we don't have Maninka, so that's the only one that was present in other flankers of the scent. Here we don't have Maninka, and maybe there is a hint of Maninka lurking somewhere, but I don't detect it a lot. So maybe there is. I don't know, but definitely this fragrance for me is less pleasant than the Boss the Scent Absolute, which was a very well blended fragrance, and I really like that one. Here, I'm not going to dislike, but I like it less. And I am not going to buy this fragrance because I'm not a person who follow the trend. I buy only fragrances that I love to wear, and I always buy fragrances with my own money. I never buy fragrances. I never got sponsored. I never accept any offering because I don't want to be influenced by others. I don't share magic codes with you. I'm very independent, and that's why I'm doing the reviews because I want to keep my independency, and even my channel never been monetized, and I never applied for that. So this channel is a very independent channel and only reflects my point of view. Well, this is if you are listening to me, I always say this is my point of view, and my point of view is mine. You have to make your own. You have to make your own point of view, and the only way you can make your own point of view is to test a fragrance, wear a fragrance for a couple of days or a couple of hours at least, and then you make up your mind if you like or you don't like. And then if you really like the fragrance, finally pull the trigger. Because otherwise, if you just want to follow the trend, you become a kind of cash machine for others, and well, it's up to you. Maybe some people love to buy flankers. They even collect them. A friend of mine said, "Oh, I got all of them, so I'm going to buy this one too." Okay, this is a this this is his point of view. I respect that, but I am not that. I'm not that way. I only buy a fragrance when I really like that fragrance. Otherwise, I will never buy. I test with samples. It's fairly enough for me to make my view and to make an opinion about it. And then after I will see if I really like that fragrance, then I'm going to buy. So back to the conversation. Boss the Scent Elixir is a very mainstream crowd pleaser, following the trends of today, and it's a good fragrance. I'm not going to tell you it's a bad fragrance. It's a fragrance that it's pleasant, and if you like, if you test and you like, then pull the trigger, of course. But it's not a unique fragrance. It's not a groundbreaker. It's not a fragrance that will be recalled in 10 years. In 10 years, Dior Sauvage Elixir will be recalled, but not this one. Because Dior Sauvage Elixir was a kind of milestone, was a kind of groundbreaker fragrance, But after that, they are just following the hype. They are just following the new trend set by Dior Sauvage Elixir, and that's it's a kind of little bit copycats. They became copycats of each other's. They take a little bit of that, a little bit of other one, a little bit of the other one, and they mix mash with in the machine, and then there is elixir of that one. There's elixir of Boss the Scent. There's elixir. No, those are fragrances without their own personality, and to me, it's just following the trend, and they are just trying to release a fragrance for doing something, and just a cash grab, and just to promote their own sales. And time to time, between the maybe 10 flankers, you can find a one or two that was a great fragrance. For example, Boss the Scent Absolute for me is a great fragrance. I think I bought it. I have it in my collection. I haven't tested for a long time because, when you have lots of fragrances, you really get lost. So this is my take on Boss the Scent Elixir, released in 2024. I don't know. It's a very average fragrance. Not a groundbreaker for sure, and not a milestone for sure. Just another elixir. It's a world of elixirs, and this world will do it until people get through with. Then after that, they will find a new thing. They will find until now was the world of parfum, and the parfum version is not anymore enough, so they reach a new level, the level of elixirs. So what's the next? Who knows? Will be something again fantastic. So we are just subjects of their own marketing policy of the brands, and we have to follow that. No, don't follow that. Follow your own nose and follow your own opinion. This is the most important thing. Stay fragrant. Have a great day. Have a great weekend ahead. I'm now in New York for a couple of days, so I'm going to enjoy my weekend in New York, and I got a lot of things to do. So I'm just here for a little bit of business and a little bit of family, and also a little bit of pleasures and leisures. This is life. So have a great time. Stay fragrant. Wear only what you want to wear. Don't follow the hype, because the hype might always fool you. And until we talk again, God bless you all. Cheerio!